So Vegas has us as the number 2 favorite to sign Dalvin Cook this offseason. And I'll be honest with you. It's like, I think there's a 0% chance we would be able to. Now, don't get me wrong, Dalvin Cook is obviously coming off a season where he got cut by, I believe, one or two. No, he got cut by the Jets, and then he got signed by the Ravens in the playoffs. But before that, he also got cut from the Minnesota Vikings. So it's kind of one of those situations where it's like, is he a good running back? Yes, and I truly believe he is. We didn't see much of him in the championship game because Baltimore forgot how to run the damn football. But he's made it very clear. He said he wanted to sign with the Ravens last summer. He signed with them during the playoffs. He said he loved the team. He loves playing for them. He wants to be a part of that team. So for us to even attempt to get him would be very difficult. And even then, I just don't think it would be worth the money. Dalvin, again, has a lot of potential left in him, right? Don't get me wrong. If we go ahead and look at his premier stats here. How old is he actually? He is drafted in 2017. Date of birth, 28 years old. Okay, so 28.4. So by the season, he'll be like 29 years old. Which, usually the running backs, they hit kind of the wall when it comes around 29, 30. That's usually when the cliff happens for most running backs. So I just don't see a reason why, really. Especially if Baltimore wants him and he wants to be a Raven, there's no real reason for us to go out there and be like, oh no, we're going to be the guys that take him away from Baltimore. I mean, it just doesn't seem logical, especially with how much money it would cost us to even go after him. It would just be like us just wasting money to waste money. Now, don't get me wrong, I still truly am okay with us going after a running back in free agency or the draft. I don't mind us doing that. 1,000%, I'm okay with it. And the reason why is because, obviously next year, hopefully, number 1 running back's going to be Chase Brown. Number 2, we'll have to wait and see. Because, as I've said many times, if we go ahead and keep Joe Mixon on our roster after, I believe it's March 16th, we owe him $3 million fully guaranteed because of the fact that we have his contract set up like that. If he's on the roster as of 2024, March 16th, then he automatically gets a $3 million bonus. But if we let him go before that date, and then we could potentially pick him back up after that date, we save $3 million. So you never know what could happen. If we do let him go, someone else could sign him, someone else picks him up, and he's had a great season this year, amazing season for us, so it's not like I'm saying I want to get rid of him. My point is, though, they might try to do this to save the $3 million. If they do, then again, yeah, you understand the idea, right? You understand the concept. With that being said, though, I would not mind getting a third-string running back. Whether, we keep Travion or we move on from Travion and Chris Evans and we get someone who maybe gives us a little bit more of a razzle-dazzle as that third-string running back. Really get the run game popping next year. And I don't think we're going to get Derrick Henry. He's 30 years old. It costs way too much. Josh Jacobs, I don't think we're going to. He's going to be an RB1. He's not an RB3. So once you go down this list here, DeAndre Swift, I would not mind that. A pass-catching running back would be nice. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, he played with Joe at LSU. The connection there. Maybe you bring him in for cheap if KC lets him go because they got Isaiah Pacheco. And then you go down the list here more and more, and now you kind of get into kind of crazy territory. But again, like I said, I wouldn't be against the idea of drafting a guy. But if we're going to sit here and make the argument of, well, Vegas thinks that Dalvin Cook might get signed by the Bengals, I think the reason why they're doing that is because they're going to connect us, like last season, off-season, to every running back who becomes available. Or not even becomes available, who might be available. Right? And that's just how it works. I mean, Derrick Henry, I guarantee you the next month, there's going to be 1,000 articles written by 1,000 NFL experts that say the Bengals are going to sign Derrick Henry. They're going to sign Austin Eckler. That one I'm okay with. That article might be written by me. No, I'm just kidding. Not written by me. But I might be okay with that article. Because I really would love. I would love him last year. But I'd love him next year, too. Austin Eckler. Just imagine having his pass blocking ability, his receiving ability, his running ability, just out of the backfield. It's the closest we would ever get to Christian McCaffrey, and oh, that would be so beautiful. Anyway, though, so until I write that article, I'm just kidding. Yeah, we're not going to get Dalvin Cook. And Dalvin Cook also is more of a pure runner. He's not really a receiving back that much. So even if we did go ahead and say, okay, you know what, we want to pick up Dalvin Cook. We like Dalvin Cook. We think he is the guy. He is the missing piece for us. It just wouldn't make sense because even if you go ahead and go pick up Dalvin Cook, well, now all you're doing is getting yourself literally a bell cow back. You're not getting yourself a guy who's going to be a receiving back or a difference maker in, the passing game. So, and I think if we're going to get a third string running back, we need to get someone who's more balanced and versatile in pass blocking, in receiving, and in rushing, right? We need someone, because we have a bell cow back in Joe Mixon, who can also catch the ball. He's amazing catching, 300 yards this year catching. And then you have Chase Brown, who's a kind of a mix of both. He's versatile. He can catch the ball, block, and run the ball. I think if we're going to go for a third string back, we kind of go with the same mentality we have with Travion Williams and Chris Evans, where it would be a receiving back, a very elusive back that can get open, make crazy plays. So that would be, again, not Dalvin Cook. I mean, Dalvin Cook has had, obviously receptions in the NFL, 236. But I'm talking about like an Austin Eckler type or DeAndre Swift. Like, we could honestly go out there and probably sign DeAndre Swift. Please, Cincinnati, sign DeAndre. I really want to get like an electrifying receiving back. Especially if we lose Tyler Boyd. With our tight end position already being kind of wishy-washy right now. And again, I hope we do figure out the tight end position this offseason. And maybe potentially in the draft as well, right? But at the end of the day, it would be so nice to have an electrifying weapon out of the backfield. Then you have the tight end who, again, maybe young tight end, Tanner Hudson comes back. Have two options there. Have Tyler Boyd, he's going to be gone. So now Chuck Sizzle's in the slot. You have Yoshi also, rotation there. T and Chase, just have all those weapons. And then in the first round, you take yourself a franchise right tackle. I'm going to cry if we don't take a right tackle this year. Last year, I thought I was going to cry. And I think I almost did. Because I really wanted Michael Mayer. I really wanted Michael Mayer, Sam Laporta last year. Guys, comment down below your thoughts and opinions. I'll see you guys next one. Peace.